Today we're comparing fragments of a C major scale as well as a full C major scale in a variety of positions. So taking a unison comparison of different fragments. So for example, playing C major here, but maybe also playing it up here to see how the notes work in a similar fashion on the instrument and to orient ourselves to different areas of the neck. Follow the lesson for free and just pick up the exercises and tips from the video. But if you're interested, this is number 54 to number 56 in my book, Exploring the Fretboard, 100 Exercises for Intermediate Guitar. And there's a link for that in the description. So the way I've done this is each exercise kind of just builds a little bit of confidence and orientation before doing the full scale. And just remember as well that although I'm going over a few exercises today, I want you to do one exercise at a time, just for like 2 minutes a day, and then move on with your practice. And repeat it for a few days to make sure the actual orientation of the notes is settling in. Also, say the note names out loud as you play. So C, D, E, F, G, or if you're playing it up here, C, D, E, F, G. It's an essential step to say it out loud. If you don't do that, you won't necessarily be learning the notes. You might just be remembering fingering, which is not that beneficial to you. So very important to say the note names out loud. During the video today, I might be talking about some other things, technique things, and also be mentioning positions just to help orient students to the exercise, to help them learn it, but make sure you're saying the note names out loud. So number 54 just takes a fragment of C major up to the fifth, like we just did. So the first example is in first position. C, D, E, F, G. The next example is in second position. So that's second finger on the fifth string. Because we're playing unison, you'll be able to tell if you're playing it wrong, right? So have fun fishing around and finding the notes if you have trouble doing that. The next one is in fifth position with the fourth finger on the sixth string. C, D, E, F, G. Make sure you say those note names out loud so that you really know what note you're playing. Next one is seventh position with the second finger on the sixth string. So that's just a little fragment. Now do that for a few days, because when we do the full position scale, you want some orientation. So this is like an easy version that'll teach you half of the exercise number 56. It'll teach you half the notes of a exercise that's coming up. So just do that a bunch of times. Number 55, this is the same exercise, but just in an upper octave. C, D, E, F, G. And then we're in fifth position with the first finger on the third string. Then we're in seventh position with our fourth finger on the fourth string. So you have to just make sure you find that C. And then ninth position with our second finger on the fourth string. Let me do that one more time. Now, for those of you who have been using the full book, by now you should be getting kind of oriented to some of these notes, especially like C's, and for example. But even if you're not, I have the position marks there. Have fun, even without position marks, even without the sheet music. Find another C to play that on. You can just there's one. Where's the one on the fourth string? If you make mistakes, they're like, that's not it. Nope. You can have fun finding those notes and saying them out loud. This is something that you need to do. This is a process you need to go through. And I know lots of students they love to go on YouTube and they want the tab and they just want someone to show them where to put their fingers. But that doesn't teach you anything. You haven't figured anything out. What you want to do is just explore your guitar and find those notes and say them out loud. Even if you were using tab, saying the note names out loud will still give you a lot of information actually. So however you decide to find those notes, it's fine. Memorize it from the video, memorize it by route, or just like get your guitar and figure it out. But say those note names out loud and you'll be learning the exercise properly. Okay, number 56 is a full 1 octave C major scale. And again, it's the same notes, but we'll be playing it in different positions of the guitar. It's using the same notes as exercise 54, the same starting points. So the first 5 notes will be the same in each example. But because of the squeeze shifts that happen later, I wanted to break it into individual exercises. So make sure you know number 54 very well first. So that's the first position example. Make sure you're saying the note names out loud. The next one is second position. So we're second finger on the 5th string. Nothing out of the ordinary there. We just stay in second position the whole time. In this one, there's a squeeze shift. So we start in 5th position with our 4th finger on the 6th string. Then we squeeze the 4th finger into the A in order to extend our 1st finger to the B. Then we squeeze the 1st finger in to extend the 4th finger out. I'll do that one more time slowly. Squeeze. Squeeze. I actually learned these fingerings through jazz, but later I got the Aaron Shearer book and saw that it was also there. This is a very universal thing to squeeze a finger in order to extend it in the next passage. And then we're in 7th position with our 2nd finger on the 6th string. So since all 4 examples sound exactly the same, you'll know if you're playing it right or wrong. That's one of the reasons I love these exercises, is I can send a student home with these exercises and they can self-correct. They know if they're playing the right thing because each example should sound the same. It's just in a different area of the guitar. And if you're saying the note names out loud, C, D, E, F, G, then you can actually make a connection between the note name and where your finger is on the fretboard. Also, if you've been doing all the exercises in the book, then you probably are pretty familiar with the 7th fret and 12th fret by now. That when you play a C here, you know that C, C sharp, D, you're really close to the octave there. So what comes before a D? Well, a C does. So lots of connections to be built there. My recommendation is to just first learn these patterns, saying the note names out loud, but then, have fun with it and explore what I was just talking about, like how you orient yourself to the fretboard. So you know that C is here, and you've done so much orientation to the 7th fret, oh, B is there, right, of course. So of course C is on the next fret. So when you're thinking about where is the starting point, well, you know where the 7th fret note is from all our previous exercises. So if that's B, well, C is right next door. So just keep forming those connections. And when you're finished this book, you can go back to the beginning and do it all again and make all the connections again. So, but nevertheless, as we go forward here, things get more interesting and the exercises get a little bit bigger and more complex. But we're just going to keep moving forward. Just remember, 1 exercise at a time until you're comfortable with it. Say the note names out loud. Repeat it all for a few days. longer exercises, such as exercise number 56, if you want to break it into 4 individual exercises and do one line at a time, you do that, whatever makes you comfortable.